What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at, I'll probably say, one of my favorite breweries within the state of Illinois, just because they've kind of put themselves off the beaten path and created really unique brews and all that. And plus, they're local to me, really close. I think one of their breweries is I would say 15 minutes away from my house, so it's cool that I can get my hands on some of their stuff. So yeah, we got a barley wine from More Brewing Company today, which they're also available on Tavour, if I recall. But this one was a kind of a recent release from them, I think. They came out with two different ones, but today we're going to be taking a look at the Nettipattam, if I'm even saying that right. Their Praline. It's their barley wine ale with candied pecans and cinnamon. That sounds pretty damn fantastic, even though it's a hot day. I'm in the mood for a nice boozy kind of, hopefully a little bit more sweeter of barley wine. We'll see. But yeah, this guy comes in at a whopping 13.8%. So definitely higher up there on the ABV for sure. And I'm excited because I don't think I've had a barley wine from More before. So I'm curious how they're going to do their take on one. But yeah, if you saw the picture I took on Instagram, you only kind of saw this part a little bit, but what I didn't show, which I wanted to save for the review on the can art, is they got a nice, pretty badass looking elephant on the other side, which I like. So I wanted to just point that out to you guys. Just have the elephant stare at you guys for a sec really quick. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully, I'm guessing with those natural barley wine kind of tastes are going to come through as well. Maybe getting some darker fruit notes, maybe plum or dates or something like that. But also going to get that nice booziness, maybe a little bit a spice note, along with that kind of the cinnamon and the candied pecans. So I'm really, really excited to try this one. I kind of wanted to try the other one as well, because I think the other one's a caramel one, if I remember. But I was able to get my hands on this one, so let's crack this guy open and see what this thing's all about. Let's see what we get on the smell. Oh yeah, definitely pretty nutty on the front. Definitely getting a nice sweetness coming through. Almost getting notes of a nice kind of I don't want to say pastry stout, but definitely more of a desserty stout kind of smells on there as well. Yeah, it smells delicious. Definitely getting some spices coming through. I don't think I'm getting the cinnamon on the nose. But there could be notes of maybe clove or allspice stuff in there, kind of to give it more of that little bit of a spice pump in there when it comes to a barley wine. Yeah, it smells delicious. So let's pour this guy. I'm drinking out of my untapped tulip glass this afternoon. Let's see how this guy pours. Definitely has a nice kind of darker brown color to it. Almost kind of reminds me of a stout, but not much. Definitely not really much carbonation going up on top. Not really any lacing or of a head coming through, just probably because it's pretty damn boozy. But yeah, look at that. Almost looks like a stout. You could kind of mistake this for a stout if you looked at it close enough. But yeah, still getting I'm kind of getting that candied pecan kind of flavor coming through on the nose. Because it's a nuttiness, but then there's a sweetness along the coming with it. So it could be from the kind of the candied pecan part of it, or it could be from those kind of those darker fruit notes that are going to be lingering as well. But without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Happy Monday. Wow. Holy crap. So, definitely boozy, first of all. Definitely feel the warmth going down the throat. But right at the beginning, you get slapped in the face with a candied pecan flavor. It's holy crap, is that good. It reminds me of the taste kind of reminds me of a pecan pie kind of situation without the crust and all that stuff, but that candied pecan kind of flavor you would get is exactly what, or you're just getting the bag of candied pecans and just snacking on those. That's what this tastes like practically. The cinnamon's not really coming forward with me a lot, which cinnamon, if you guys have watched previous reviews on different stuff, cinnamon with me is hit or miss, because sometimes it could have too much cinnamon, or I've had situations where it's the perfect amount. But this one, I'm not really getting much cinnamon notes at all. I think it's probably mixing in with that cohesive, nice, sweet, candy pecan flavor that's coming through. Definitely has a really, really syrupy mouthfeel. Yeah, it's pretty damn boozy. I would say, on my boozy scale, I probably, like, out of 5 for booziness, I'd probably give this, like, maybe a 3.75, almost a 4. Yeah, but it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Really, really, I feel like this would pair well with, like, try to think of, like, a food this would pair with. Kind of with that candied pecan. Maybe, like, of course, with this being a darker brew, red meat, I would definitely recommend with this. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I can get to a Droits level and be able to pair with a cheese or a cigar or a meat, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. But this is absolutely delicious. Man, I really love that, like, syrupy mouthfeel with it. You get with it. Kind of reminds me of, like, it definitely has a lot of those notes of a pastry stout coming through. Not really getting much of, like, those other, like, deeper fruit notes. Not really getting much more of a spice note coming through. Maybe, like, a little bit of, like, a clove. I think the cinnamon is mixing. They might have used, like, a cinnamon sugar for the candied pecans. That's because there's a slight kind of that little cinnamon bite in there along that mixes in with that candy pecan flavor, but it's barely even noticeable. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. So let's look at Untapped. It's pretty self-explanatory what the description was of this one. It's a barley wine ale with candied pecans and cinnamon. And with over 545 ratings on this one has an average rating of 4.2 out of 5 on Untapped, which is fantastic. And of course, it says right here, like I said, 13.8% ABV, so definitely higher up there on the booziness and the alcohol percentage for sure. But let's see what other people are rating this one, because I'm curious. So this guy checked it in on, okay, looks like July 21st. Yeah, so gave it a 4.25. Somebody gave it a, yep, is that a 4.25? Yep, another 4.25, saying nice nutty notes, a light cinnamon flavor. Let's see, we got a 3.75. Another 4.25 saying backlog, excellent, non-BA life, 4.35. Okay, I have no idea what he was trying to say there, but let's see. This guy has gave it another 4.25. He purchased it at the Huntley location, which is the one that's closest, like 15 minutes away from me. Let's see. This guy gave it a 4.25, saying it's a legit barley wine with a nice praline finish. So yeah, I would say, when you think of like a praline kind of description, of course I think you're gonna get strong notes of like candied pecan as well. But maybe like there's a creamy note in here that's really nice, and it's overall it's a fantastic barley wine. If you gave this to somebody, you probably would be able to mistake this for being like a pecan pie kind of pastry stout. Yeah, but the flavors are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Definitely something that, for me personally, I really enjoy. It may be too boozy for other people, but I can definitely see myself like sitting outside and maybe like a colder like fall days in front of a fire drinking this, and it would be the perfect beer for that kind of occasion. And they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. Holy crap. Because this is my first like introduction with more doing barley wines, so now that I know they're kind of raising the bar for me when it comes to what I enjoy out of a barley wine, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for more from them, because I know more from more. So really solid. I know you can, this might have been a drop on Tavour or not. I'm not sure because I don't see it in my area, but if you can get your hands on more brewing company from either Tavour or going to the brewery if you're in Illinois, I know they're distributed through a lot of like local liquor stores throughout the northwest suburbs of Chicago and all that stuff, so you should be able to find it pretty frequently around here. You might not be able to find this one right now because I think it was a limited release because they released the two that they did out of this line. But yeah, stellar, absolutely stellar. Really big fan of this one. So let's start going down the list and figure out what we're gonna do with ratings on this one, because that's why we're here, and I need to give you guys a proper review and proper recommendations to see if you're gonna get the full experience on if you should pick this up or not. So, can art. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. Hold on, let me pour the rest of it in there so I don't. It's very holographic. Definitely has that nice kind of. It's kind of deceiving because it kind of has like that India kind of Sri Lanka situation where like Shangri-La, and then you kind of have the elephant with the drapes over its head, kind of showing that like sign of, I don't know, to me that gives me a sign of like royalty and like wealth. when it, like, you think of Indian royalty and all that kind of stuff, a lot of the elephants had those kind of drapes, like with the golden colors and the very vibrant colors on there. So I'm a really big fan of what they did with the elephant. I like the kind of back notes showing like an ancient Indian city in the background. Of course, I like the kind of the henna thing around the logo, which is really cool. So yeah, really, really nice label. They put a lot of detail into this one, I can tell. And it may not be like an Adroit Theory or an Anchorage Brewing Company kind of style label when it comes to this crazy artwork, very intricate and detailed. But this one is detailed in its own right, so I'm a really big fan of this can art. So I'd easily give this like a 4.5 out of 5 for can art. Really, really cool. Might be the holographic like look to it might be a pain in the ass if you're a guy that likes taking pictures of your beer, like I am, because sun glare and all that stuff. But yeah, really, really cool. Really, really cool label. So let's see. If I got this one in a flight at Moore Brewing Company, would I get another one? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is probably one of the better barley wines I've ever had, to be honest. Really, really good. A really nice sweetness. It's not too sweet at all. The candied pecan flavor is so overpowering in your face. Cinnamon's not too overpowering, so very, very... like, it hits all the notes that I enjoy when it comes to what I was going to be expecting out of this one. I was kind of hesitant at first because I didn't want it to be overpowering with like pecan and cinnamon. I wanted that like candied pecan flavor to be the main component and not just like get overpowered by cinnamon. So you only get like a little bit of candied pecan and like mostly cinnamon. So luckily it didn't do that. But yeah, they knocked it out of the park with this one. Absolutely fantastic. Really like the syrupy mouthfeel to it. No really bubbly or effervescence going on in here, but it's just a thick, boozy, sweet, decadent, delicious barley wine. 100%. So I would definitely recommend this one. Anybody who's a fan of a barley wine, maybe is looking for a sweeter rendition of a barley wine, this would definitely one I'd recommend you keep an eye out for. But time to figure out what my final rating on this one's going to be. Let's see. Yeah, because like how I said before, it hits everything that I was looking for this brew to be. Because when you're kind of hesitant, I'm always hesitant on beers that have cinnamon in there just because my experiences with it in the past have been kind of hit or miss. I didn't want there to be a miss from one of my favorite Illinois breweries. So, let's see. What is my final rating on this one going to be? 4.2 on Untappd. Really, really like the flavors. I'm going to give this a solid... to be honest, probably one of the best barley wines I've ever had. It's up there on the list with, like, on the terms of Sticky Monkey, the Duke from Petacolis. I'd easily give this like a 9.25 out of 10. Really, really good. If you're a fan of a nice, sweet barley wine, definitely try to get your hands on this stuff. If you can find anything from Moore Brewing Company on Tavour, if you're using it from a different state, yes, anything from Tavour when it comes to this brewery, just get your hands on it because this brewery just automatically just makes great beers. I don't think I've ever had a beer from Moore Brewing Company that I haven't enjoyed. When it comes to their simple IPAs, I don't think I've had a fruited sour from them yet, and I think a day or two ago, I actually had like a shandy or a rattler from them, and it was pretty solid. It had like really bright, like kind of vibrant, like tart lemon flavors in it, and it was delicious. So Moore Brewing Company has not led me wrong yet. So if you can get your hands on anything from these guys, I highly recommend doing so. If you can find this Nettipattam Praline, just do it. You're going to enjoy it. If you enjoy a barley wine, you're going to absolutely love this one. If you enjoy a pastry stout or kind of like a sweet and more decadent stout, this would definitely be one that you would enjoy as well, even though it's not in that pastry stout category. So overall, yeah, fantastic. Moore Brewing Company knocked it absolutely out of the park with this one. Great job for the crew over there. This is definitely one to be proud of. Definitely want to be proud of. I definitely want to try the other one now. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you again for everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. It would help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, like you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. We'll let you know whenever I go live doing another review. And let's see, am I missing anything? Of course, if you want to look at a social media aspect of beer drinking and all that kind of stuff, make sure to get yourself on Untappd. It's a fun little kind of social media platform where you can find people like Ian, Kentucky, myself, Duchess, Hooked on Funk's even on there. So you can find all of us on there, and we just like checking in beers and having a good old time. But other than that, that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to say it like I always say it before I get the hell out of here because I got some stuff to do. Remember, tomorrow is my last day doing beer reviews for like a week and a half. I'm going to be out of town, going on vacation. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I got one for tomorrow. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to say it like I always say it. We're going to get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And cheers, everybody.